Now what the world is missing is nothing, and I'm it. As nobody wanted nothing, thinking it was non-existent, and science had taught them, so I took it and hid it behind space, just as transparent. And now nobody can take nothing from me, you see. I come to know nothing better than anyone I ever met, and should I teach you all I know about nothing and you're able to learn and comprehend it, we really don't mind if you go and tell the world how you learned nothing from me. As with nothing on a line scale versus everything and its true opposite, you see, in defining the first middle point, nothing moving to the right to the middle becomes half of everything. That is quite a life accomplishment. And then with nothing to the left of where nothing had moved to, nothing moves to the right, to the next middle point, to again and again and again, until you see absolutely no space between nothing and everything. Whereas nothing become everything's equal. Where the best part of having nothing is having everything to look forward to, and where all material wealth is compared to nothing, well, at least I don't go unnoticed in a world of everyone so busy doing something for someone else, busy doing something for someone else, busy doing something for someone else, that unless you take the time to help them, they are too busy for you. As when they said go get a life, I went out front of the house on High Street and sat on our neighbor's wall watching the traffic go by for hours, where I wasn't able to get a life because nobody stopped and only a few waved as they passed by. Now, what if we took a space of space and removed it from a space of space without allowing any other space or thing to enter that space of space we removed a space of space from? Have we created nothing, no thing like it, as not even space would be there? Or have we created a black hole density at its finest looking class? Our science says that if something is moved, something must take its place, and with nothing there, everything is being drawn in. Or is it the center of gravity for a star, sun, planet, or moon, where most everything has already been drawn in? As I was told to ask and you shall receive, so back in '80 I thought about making my first request for myself and wondered what would be the simplest request that I could make to gain the most. And I went for the gusto, asking God for everything, expecting nothing in return. But then the room suddenly began to white out, and like the Starship Enterprise goes into warp speed, we felt like we traveled very far, very fast, until we suddenly stopped dead in our tracks. As it had become pitch black as I arrived in the outskirts of our expanding space universe, beyond the first ray of light from the Big Bang, I was floating in space, and in our turning around, you see, we see where I'd come from, where there was the most awesome view of everything in its simplest form, little starlight shining bright, filling the darkness with rainbow colors, leaving me wondering, was I just given everything? As having everything wasn't everything, as I had no idea of what to do with it except for enjoy the view. And thinking this through, I decided that if I had just been given everything, that I'd already asked for enough in one day, and decided that I wouldn't ask for anything else. And then as suddenly as I left, I was back in my room, where I decided to let man fight over their piece of the pie of this planet, owning the other eight. Well, I don't want Uranus. Do you want Uranus? Oops, I'm sorry. I don't mean to speak of Uranus this way. I shall keep Uranus. Now, I don't believe the science Big Bang theory, everything came out of nothing, is at a minimum, the spiritual space was already there. What might have happened was that God took all of the known mass of our universe and made a sphere and said, son, come here, I want you to watch this. And he zaps it with a bolt of lightning. And with a big bang, everything goes everywhere. And then God says, oops, I didn't do that exactly right. Now I can put it back together and show you how to fix it. Or I can show you, it's quite obviously which one the sun chose, and they are still working on it. Better than their Big Bang theory that would mean God failed at equality, having run out of antimatter, that would explain why there are so many things in the universe. Perhaps 14 billion years ago on the Sabbath, God had chili for lunch, and at grandfather clock time, Freebird middle fingers extended 12 o'clock midnight. God lifts his right leg and lets one rip. Like a super volcano, Mother Earth part, cheeks vibrating like a 10 on the Richter scale. And the noise shocks Mother, which sparks Spock logical, igniting the riot gas into a big bang, and they sang. On the next Sabbath, when the thing had calmed down and God said, let's rest, Now, poor Lucifer had been standing right behind him when this happened, and God hollers down into the black hole, "Hey, Lou, you all right down there?" And he responds, "Yeah, Dad." And God says, "We all white up here." And at the time, we had the sense to get out of there, and we remained beyond things on the outskirts of our own nothing to everything expanding space universe, that I blame the humans on this planet for causing the universe to expand at an accelerated rate of speed due to the crying out to God, "Give me more space."